Okay, I will fully admit that I still don't exactly know how this is going to go, but
I mean, same.
Da 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 da. Hello and welcome to Top 8 with Corran and Batmouse, the Star Wars CCG game show that doesn't have a tagline.
Yet.
I'm your host Kendall. With me is my co-host Batmouse.
Hey, howdy, hey, folks.
The master of trivial trivia, Mr. Taco Bill.
Emphasis on trivial there.
And special guest, queso sauce himself, Jerry Hine.
I'm special.
All right, so this is the first episode of a little thing that we're calling Top 8 with Corran and Batmouse. We are working together to create a single Top 8 list while jumping through a bunch of hoops and things. Just to run through. I can't find where I wrote down the rules, but we'll so in a minute, Taco Bill is going to ask some trivia questions. Whoever wins trivia is going to get first choice of whether they want to be player A, player B, or player C. Player A, we're all just working together on creating one list. So player A is going to get pick 1 and 4. Player B is going to get pick 8, 6, and 2. And player C is going to get picks 3, 5, and 7. And I should have said them all starting from the top or the bottom, but I didn't. And it's going to seem confusing, but just go with it. Eventually, it'll make sense. Because player A only gets two picks, player A also has a defensive shield. For this episode, that defensive shield is allegations of corruption. Player A will get to, at the beginning of the game, grab a potential pick from the list or a potential choice that could be added to the list and say, no, you can't add that to the list. And then also we have each player starts with 2 senses and 2 altars in their hand. And if somebody plays a pick that they don't agree with, they can sense that pick, forcing the player to pick something else. Or that player or the other player can play altar to cancel the sense. And then somebody can play a sense to cancel an altar, and so on until we stop, and then the pick gets settled. I think that basically covers it. We are talking about a very important issue or subject when it comes to Star Wars CCG. That is 1-1 locations that have 1 light side icon and 1 dark side icon. It's a very broad subject. Could be sectors, sites, locations,
Systems.
whatever.
System.
Yeah. Sector, sites, systems. Yeah. So Jerry, why did you pick this topic?
I picked this topic? Did
Yes. Yes, you did.
No, I think you agreed to it at least.
Oh, yes. I picked this topic because 1-1 locations are, they're underrated, just like me.
All right. Batmouse, what do you have to say about 1-1 locations?
1-1 locations are both the bane of everyone's existence and the best thing to ever happen.
All right.
One thing I did notice, the players committee has made far fewer 1-1 locations than Decipher.
Oh yeah.
They certainly have. When I was making my preliminary list.
Mm-hmm.
So get better at 1-1s.
Right. Yeah, well, yeah, because the PC, everything they make has to be a 2-1 that's 4 strain -1, right?
Yeah, or a 2-2 or a 3-0 or a 4-0
right.
or
4-0, yeah.
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
So
well, it's because 1-1 is kind of at least when you look at the just raw stats, is kind of boring,
Yeah.
But so Taco Bill, what do you think about 1-1 locations?
I certainly learned a lot more about 1-1 locations than I thought I would in making these trivia questions. There are a lot of them that just do not get played.
Uh-huh.
So just finding that
yeah.
these cards do exist is a fun time.
Yeah. There's some doozies in there. So
when compiling your lists, what are you guys looking for in creating the list? Are you thinking most playable, most historically significant, most you're just like stuff you like? What factors are going into your picks?
I definitely had kind of a smattering of all of those things that you said. There's definitely in mind some like really strong ones that like are deck staples or even like starting locations for objectives. There's some that just ones that I really liked or ones that were meaningful to me when I was like learning the game. And then there's some ones that have just like really good game text.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Batmouse?
So mine was a blend of really good game text and what I needed to use when I very first started playing the game, because I didn't start until 2009, so I was way behind everybody, and I barely had a collection. So I was like scrimping and scraping, trying to figure out what I could build to play with, and so that heavily influenced what I actually wound up putting on my list.
Yeah. For me, it's, I mean, I think anytime I do these lists, it's going to be heavily favored into sort of what's a Kendall card, and what's a this is the opposite of an objective list, even though it's going to be a definitive list because there's 3 of us building it, and then Taco Bill's going to share his correct list at the end. Yeah. So I'm looking at my list. There's a few that are just straight up favorites. There's a few that I think are interesting as far as power level, and then there's a few that there's at least I've got at least 2 on my list here that are just strictly because of like sort of historical significance mixed with power level, because they like sort of just like warped the game. So that'll be interesting to see what that sort of stuff pulls up. All right, let's go into trivia.
So I will tell you guys that I have 7 trivia questions here about 1-1 locations. I did try to put them in a little bit of order from hardest to easiest, but that didn't end up working out. So they're kind of all over the place. I will alternate. So the first question is going to be a number. So you're trying to get closest to that number. And I think if you actually get the first number, I'm going to give you 2 points. The second question is a specific answer I'm looking for, and that'll alternate throughout the 7 questions. As Kendall mentioned earlier in the game, whoever gets to 2 first is going to be get their choice of player A, B, or C. Whoever gets to 2 second will be choice of whatever the other 2 are, and whoever either doesn't get to 2 or gets their last will be left with their last choice. So I will jump right into question 1 here. Very upfront question. This is how many 1-1 locations are there? So this is going to be both sides. I'm going to count unique and generic, virtual and non-virtual, and I'm not including AIs.
Okay.
So if a card exists for both sides of the force, I counted it twice. So like a diamond forest there's a light side version and a dark side version. That counts as 2.
Okay.
I'm going to start here with Kendall. Kendall, what is your answer for this one?
Oh man, I'm gonna say 93.
93. Batmouse.
94.
94. Price is right at him right away. And Jerry.
I'm gonna go with 107.
107. So you guys are actually much closer than the person who I asked this to last night. The correct answer is 116. There are 116 different.
All right.
So I got a point for Jerry.
Woo!
All right.
I like points. Points are
1
good.
point. You're halfway there. All right. Question 2. So there is exactly 1 planet with exactly 1 decipher printed 1-1 site. I need you to name the planet. Batmouse.
Oh man.
Decipher printed. Okay.
Yeah, decipher printed 1-1 site. I think that might be like the hardest question, like already.
For you. Should have brought out a timer. That's what I should have done.
You should have brought out a timer.
Batmouse, give me an answer.
Oh, I don't know, Wraithel.
Wraithel. All right. Kendall?
I'm gonna say so. It has to be a planet that has sites but doesn't have very many sites.
Yep.
So I'm leaning towards Coruscant. Yeah. No, it's not Coruscant. It's not Coruscant. Because there's probably because a lot of systems are gonna have light and dark 1-1s for the docking bay at least. But oh man. So Endor doesn't have. Ugh.
This
Let's
is
say
tough.
Yavin 4. Yavin 4.
Gavin 4 from Kendall. Barry.
Yeah, I like the Yavin 4 answer, but I think I know of. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna say Yavin 4 as well.
So I can't
Right,
remember if
Yavin
there's a
4
Yavin
also.
4 dark side docking bay. I don't
Yeah,
think
there
there
is.
is. Oh, there is.
Also the
Oh
jungle.
no, there is. You're right. No.
So
Okay.
the correct answer for this, and I'm going off of Scomplink, so if Scomplink is wrong, it's not my fault. The correct answer for this is Dagobah. The training area is
Oh,
1-1,
yeah,
the only
Yeah.
one.
Dagobah.
yeah, that's it.
It's weird
that's it.
because I always kind of block those ones out because it's not a battleground, so it kind of
Yep.
like takes away the 1-1 aspect to me. But
yeah, but
Yep.
no, it's totally that's totally right because the only dark side site is
The cave.
the cave. Yeah, because it's so like I said, like every system has a 1-1 docking bay for both sides. Dagobah's the exception as far as the cipher. I'm an idiot.
I just wanted to say Wraithel once.
yeah, I was like, name the site, Mouse.
yeah, I was like, it's got to be. There's no
No, I
Wraithel.
just wanted to say it because I'm like, all right, that's the only time I'm going to say that system probably ever.
I've been trying to build a Wraithal CRV list for years and just haven't been able to do it.
Just haven't been able to do it.
All right, let's move on to question 3. So Tatooine has the most different 1-1 sites. There's 19 different 1-1 sites. Cloud City has the second most. How many different Cloud City 1-1 sites are there? And when I ask this question, I mean specific names. So if there's a 1-1 site for both sides, this time it only gets counted once.
Oh, so mirrors count once.
Yep.
Okay.
So how many different Cloud City 1-1 sites are there? Kendall.
12.
Kendall goes with 12. Batmouse.
I'm going to say 8.
8. And Jerry.
That's
Batmouse took my answer, so I will say 7.
7.
I was
All
definitely
right,
going to say
interesting
8.
thing here that I did not think about would happen. The answer is actually 10, so both of you are within 2. I'm going to go ahead and give both of you a point.
Yes.
So everyone's tied at 1.
Everybody has 1 point.
All right. So next point wins.
All right, on to question 4. So as Kendall alluded to, or I don't know if it was Kendall or Jerry, but there aren't a lot of virtual 1-1 sites. In fact, none of them were printed in VSET 0, but there was one in VSET 1, and I want you to name that site. Batmouse.
1-1-1 in reset 1.
Yep.
I think I know this one.
Oh man, I'm so bad at like the.
I
early
think
set.
this one. I think I know this one.
Uh-oh.
Starting you on a clock, Batmouse.
Yeah, you can start me on a clock. Tell me how long my clock is.
You got 10 seconds.
That's what she said.
Man,
All right,
I
give me
don't
an
even know
answer.
VSET I don't even know VSET sites. Pass.
All right, pass from Batmouse. Kendall.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah, I'm totally drawing a blank as well. I don't think it's even from VSET 1, but I'm gonna say the Data Vault.
The Data Vault. I can tell you that's not.
No, that movie wasn't even out.
Jerry.
The Naboo Theed Palace hallway.
Jerry is correct. It was the Naboo Thief Palace hallway.
Man. I saw that when I was looking at sites because I was like Robbie probably likes this site because it's WAP.
Yeah.
Wow, you say WAP really weird.
Yeah.
So I will take the player A role of 1 and 4 and grabber.
All right.
I've got 3 questions left, Jerry. I'm gonna have you answer them anyway. I'm gonna do like a Tony Reality scoring thing on this, so we'll see who wins the overall show here. So
Cool.
Question 5. The OCS top 16 had a lot of the top players in the game, and also inexplicably Greg Shaw. What was the most played unique 1-1 site in the OCS top 16 deck lists in 2022? Now I know that's a mouthful, so let me know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm gonna say the data vault. I don't know if
Okay.
I'm supposed to go first, but I'm gonna
You
say
are,
the data
so
vault
that's fine.
anyway.
So the data vault. So played in this case means it was in the deck. It wasn't necessarily deployed. Unique means it wasn't a diamond site.
Batmouse or me?
Batmouse.
It's gonna be Batmouse because you're last, because you're first.
You're last because you're first.
From first to last.
Man, you taking away the diamond site really, really hurt my answer.
Yeah,
They were all tied, so it didn't.
yeah. Then they
didn't
would
help.
be tied. Yeah.
Oh. No, you're crushing me. I'm so terrible at this. So terrible at this, and really embarrassing.
All right, give me an answer. Give me a 1-1.
I like the data vault.
Data vault. Jerry.
This one's I haven't been really super involved in the meta lately, so I'm gonna say there's not one of those. The set your course for Alderaan site, Jeddah City.
Okay. All of you got that wrong, which is completely understandable. The correct answer, and it's kind of a trick question, I guess, but it's the Cloud City Incinerator was the most played 1-1.
Oh.
Because that will not be the most played 1-1 this year, I'm sure.
Yep.
Followed
enough.
by the Endor Docking Bay, actually, and the Dune Sea. So those were the top 3 played.
Diplo.
Dune Sea. Yeah.
Oh wow,
So
the
no
Endor
points
dock.
awarded.
What deck plays the Endor Docking Bay?
There were 3 TTOs in the top 16.
Oh, interesting.
I love me some
Actually, no,
TTO.
there were 2 TTOs and an ISB that played it.
Fair.
All right.
Fair.
So we're moving on to question 6. So question 6, there are 9 different 1-1 systems. Which one has the highest parsec number? Batmouse, you're first.
Gall.
Got an answer of Gaul. Kendall.
Oh man, that's a good answer. I don't know any of the
Good answer. Good answer.
Aquaris.
Aquaris.
I am also
Jerry?
going with Gaul. I think it's Gaul.
All right, the correct answer is in fact Gaul. It is a 9 parsec. Aquaris is, I think, a 1 actually. So if you're going for lowest, you would have got there.
All right, so Batmouse will get his choice between player B and player C. Do you want 2? What did we say? 2, 5, and 8. 2, 5, and 8, or
I thought it was
I've got-
2, 6, and 8.
2,
Yeah,
6,
2,
and 8,
6, 8
or
3, 5, 7.
3, 5, and 7. Yeah. Glad you guys
I'm
are paying.
gonna go C. I want 3, 5, 7.
All
All
right.
right.
Batmouse here.
Well, I wanted pick
Here.
number 8 anyway.
I do have one more trivia question that I will
Yeah,
ask.
let's do it.
This was going to be my tiebreaker question, so it worked out well. So those same top 16 deck lists from the OCS in 2022, what percentage of those decks included at least one 1-1 site? Let's go with Kendall first here.
I'm gonna say 30%.
30% from Kendall. Batmouse?
65%.
65%. Jerry?
24%.
Jerry, if you would have went with 37, you would have been much closer.
See, I was thinking about it, but
Correct answer is 38.3%. It was, I have the actual numbers here, 23 out of 60. So Kendall is the closest there. We'll get a bonus point here.
So so wow, so significantly less than half. That's interesting.
Yeah, so when I wrote that question, I didn't actually look up the answer. I assumed it was going to be closer to like 70%, and it was not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Bring 'Em Before Me and the Communings don't play any 1/1s.
Right.
Yep.
No, why would you?
Does Shadow Collective?
So there were a couple versions of Shadow Collective that ran the Incinerator.
Oh yeah,
Or the
Incinerator.
Four-Count
There were a couple versions that didn't. So
Yeah.
all right, that is the end of the trivia round. I have Jerry as player A, picking first, fourth, and has a defensive shield. Kendall as player B, second, sixth, and eighth. Batmouse as player C, third, fifth, and seventh.
Okay, well, okay, so first action of the game, Jerry plays his defensive shield. Jerry plays allegations of corruption.
That's
What's
right.
banned?
Wait, I have to say it now. It's banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to say it before we.
Oh, I thought it was like you would say it and I would grab it and say no, kind of like a sense, like an extra sense. Okay. Which one is absolutely banned? Of the 1/1s out there, I would like to ban. Dang. Wasn't expecting to have to think of one. I thought it was a reactionary one. So let's ban the data vault because I don't like no idea.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good. What I will say, that was actually, I wasn't gonna play it at number 8, but that was my number 8.
Okay. See,
So-
I did damage.
All right.
All right.
All
So
right.
now do I pick?
No.
Or no?
So that's your, you grabbed the data vault.
Okay.
So now it's my pick at number 8.
Okay.
So number 8, the nice thing is that it's high on the list, so no one can get mad at me for picking something that's not very good. I'm gonna play the 1/1 that I probably have played more than any 1/1 in the game.
I think I know where you're going with this.
I already wrote it down.
Yep, I am playing Great Pit of Carcoon.
Great Pit of Carcoon. Yep.
I'm gonna sense it just to keep it off your list.
Oh,
All right, so we have one
okay.
sense from Batmouse.
Okay. Oh man. Really? In my number 8?
It's your favorite deck. I shall punish you for putting your favorite deck cards on the list.
Oh man.
Batmouse,
man.
this is the first episode. You're setting a precedent where he's going to keep your favorite things off of all future lists.
And that's fine, but that's the back and forth of it.
That is weird. We're not messing around here. Well, okay, so I was afraid that I was gonna have too many altars. So in the balance of the game, so I am gonna use an altar then. I will alter your sense.
Okay.
All right, so your sense has been canceled.
Okay.
So Great Pit of Carcoon is the number 8 site.
What? Yeah. Does
I guess
anybody
I
want to
could have a
sense my
chance.
altar?
I could-
Jerry
sense
could
the
sense
altar.
it too, and then we can.
Or you could use your other altar.
I think.
Or your other sense.
I'm going to alter.
Or sense.
Yes. Sense
You're
your
gonna
altar.
you're gonna sense my altar?
All right.
Oh man. You guys really don't want this on the list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
like court.
You're gonna really not like my next pick.
Burn.
All right. So I'll let that slide, man. You guys made me spend my altar.
All right,
But I'm
so Great
hanging
Pit
on to the other one.
has been successfully sensed.
All right. Yeah, that's what always happens. They always play sense on me, and I'm not expecting it. That's basically like Star Wars cards. So I will go ahead. Okay, so I've got what do we say? 8,
8, 2,
Eight,
and
Just
6.
pick again now.
2, and
Yep,
6. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll have one more in the bottom half of the list after this, and then I'll have one that's real
Real
high. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna say light side Raltier. This card I loved when I used to play Watch Your Step with Raltier Freighter Captains, doubling my Kessel Run retrieval, and also being able to react there, I think is pretty neat. Plus, I really don't like Dark Side Raltier. I don't think we specified this for picks. you can if you pick a location that has a mirror, you can specify whether you mean both or just one, because there's some locations, like otherwise we don't want to have like light side asteroid field and dark side asteroid field on the same
Take
list.
2 spots, yeah.
Yeah, take up 2 spots. Yeah,
yourself.
just to clarify, I did write that in the Slack channel, but I didn't say it on the show. So, I'm not making things up as we go along.
Mm-hmm.
The points don't,
Yeah.
points don't matter. And
Yeah, exactly. So routes here is I also like I looked through and I was like, that seems like the coolest 1-1 system. Like I mean,
Well, you're wrong about that, but
yeah,
okay.
super wrong about that.
I looked through all the 1-1 systems and that was the one that I liked the best. I think we need a system on the list. So
There's only one system on my list, and it's better than Raltier, but I'm okay with Raltier being on the list.
okay, you gonna use your other sense.
No, I'm okay with
clear.
Raltier.
Clear.
All right.
Don't forget through.
All right, light side Raltier has made the list at number 8. So we're gonna go to pick number 7 now, which comes from Batmouse.
I'm gonna go with Tibrin.
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 What does Tibrin even do?
Might have to look
Tibrin.
that up.
Tibrin is a system where you can exchange, I believe it's 3 cards in hand for 1 card in Lost Pile.
All right,
That is correct.
Okay.
It's a light side 1/1. It came out in either Jabba's Palace or somewhere around that
Yeah, I
area.
think it's Jabba's Palace. Yeah, I think
Jabba's
that's one
Palace.
of those weird Jabba's Palace systems. Look, I like Jabba's Palace. Why?
So at a certain point in time in the game, you can just exchange it. Put it in a light side Senate deck, and then you're exchanging all your EPPs, and then you're battling. So you get retrieval, and just go. Like I'll throw away 3 high destiny cards that I can't recirculate. I'll take the EPP Luke, go and fight you, retrieve one of those high destiny cards, and then go again. And
Tibrin, though, like,
I'll take you back even further. This is playing hidden base back in the day when you didn't have 2 ways to pull your system. You might pull Tibrin as one of your early systems in case you happen to lose one of your 4 other systems off the top of your deck. It was a good way to get back that card so you didn't just lose the game.
that's fair.
Man, that's clever, and it's a clever design. And it is number 7.
But
I think
like, it's a Jabba's Palace, Ray. You at least wanted to get like a power 4 forfeit 1 alien out of your pack.
See, I don't know. I did like opening a system in Jabba's Palace.
There was
Yeah.
only 2. There was
Right? Exactly.
Kirito 3 and
There's
Tibrin.
3. Kifix is in there too.
Oh no, is it?
Light side Kifix
Yeah.
is in there.
but not for this list.
Not for this
That one-
list.
Civics is a 2/2, yeah. But I don't know. I always like it was because when you'd open up a Jabba's Palace pack, you're expecting it to be just aliens
Character.
and Tatooine stuff, and like I wouldn't want to open it in sealed probably. But
Enhanced
although
sealed.
actually maybe it's good and maybe it would be good in sealed.
I'll tell you, in sealed Jabba's Palace, there's no dark side system. So, and
Mhm.
I think there's no starships at all in the Jabba's Palace set.
No.
Right, there's no
So-
starships in the
Well,
set
it's reactivation, but it's a 1/1.
or in JPSD. Now that's actually interesting because in enhanced we used to play enhanced Jabba's Palace sealed,
We still do.
and
Who's
in
we?
that case there's dark side ships, but there's no light side ships, but there's light side systems. That's interesting.
All right, so
Interesting.
Tibrin going once.
Yeah, I think
Any
we're good.
objection? Tibrin
Yeah.
on the list at number
I guess
7.
it's on the list. Sure.
Nice.
I only have 1
Alright, so-
sense left. If I hadn't blown one already on the Great Pit of Karkoon, I probably would have sensed Tibrin. But
Kendall,
It's
I
all
have a
good.
logistics question. Do we go
Okay.
back to you for pick number 6, or do we go to Jerry for pick number 4?
We'll go back to me for pick number 6.
Okay.
We'll go down the order of the list.
Well, then
Yeah.
you, sir, are up with pick number 6.
All right. Okay. So looking at my list, actually routes here was technically my number 6. So I'm looking at my top 5 here, and I got 2 more out of here. And I feel like number 6 should be my last wild card pick. Like the top ones should be actual good cards and stuff. I think that I think most 1/1s are docking bays. the best 1/1
A lot
docking
of them are. I
bay.
don't think most of them are.
I think that's
Well,
false. Yes.
most playable. I don't know. A lot of
True.
if
Most
you're talking, you
pullable.
can't talk about 1/1s without talking about docking bays. And there is a docking bay, a 1/1 docking bay that stands out. Obviously the best docking bay in the game is Mustafar landing platform, but that's not a 1/1. But the Endor landing platform for Darkside, I've always really liked because it's a 1/1, but it still costs light side like 700 force to docking bay transit. And so it gives that little bit of an edge. It's like Endor is a Darkside occupied planet. But it's still a battleground. I don't know. I like the balance of that. So yeah, Endor landing platform.
Yeah, I got no objections to that one.
I'm clear with that one. That one's perfectly. That is probably the most consensus. I will let that one slide.
All right.
All right. So number 6 on the list is the Darkside Endor landing platform docking bay. Let's go to Batmouse here for pick number 5.
Pick number 5. Terrible picks. Batmouse is terrible at this game and most games. And because I don't have a pick above 3, I really want to make sure I try and get the Tashi station onto the list.
Sense.
Tatooine, Tashi.
Alter.
Nah,
All right.
Sense.
Oh geez, Tatooine
Oh.
Tashi Station sensed and then altered and then sensed again. So Corran
And then
now
altered.
out of senses.
So
Very
let me
mental
hold
one
on. Before you alter it, actually, well, yeah. Before
It's on my
somebody,
list.
hold on. Can we back up? Okay, so
Yes.
I am gonna sense your alter, Jerry. But let me plead my case
before I alter it.
and before Batmouse alters the alter, that's everything. Okay, so the Tashi station is a trap. If I had gotten pick player A, if I had been better at trivia, I would have picked player A and I would have grabbed Tashi station. It's a cool idea, but then you do it and you never actually get to activate from it.
If you get it to work once, though, and like I think I say, Batmouse is the one who brought the card up, so maybe he should explain. But like when I was first playing the game, like if you got it to work once, you win. Like you pulled like a Jedi with the outskirts, you moved him over to the Taosi station, and then if you got it to work for one turn, you could just win because you got like 8 extra generation on turn 3, and then like just load it up with characters. But this is Batmouse's thing. But I definitely loved I loved the Taosi station when I was like first learning how to like play and like kind of like I don't know.
Well then maybe
it is a trap though. It is a trap. You are
maybe you should try to get it to number 1 then.
Well,
number 4.
It'll be dead.
I think it's already going to be on the
So
list.
so alter.
Okay.
I'll alter and then it go through.
Okay, I spend all my things.
All right, so Kendall attempted 2 senses, Jerry altered 1, Batmouse altered the other.
This is fun.
Kendall's out of senses.
I am out of senses. Yep.
So
You do have
no
1
more
alter left,
reviews.
so you can save something. And I'm putting Tashi Station on the list at number 5. If I can spell Tashi Station.
TOSCHE.
I put a U in there for some reason.
Touche.
Yeah, the Touche Station. All right, so just to run down everybody here, Corran's got 1 alter left. Batmouse has 1 sense, 1 alter, and Jerry has 1 sense, 1 alter. We're at halfway point here, so 5, 6, 7, 8 is Tashi Station, Endor Docking Bay, Tibrin, and Lightside Raltier. So now we're moving into the top 4 here. Pick number 4 belongs to our guest Jerry. So have at it, sir.
All right, Jerry's first pick.
Darkside, Cloud City, Port Town District.
Port Town District.
Yeah, it's on my list.
Yep.
I
mean, crickets, right? And tumbleweeds. Just put it on the list.
Everybody's like, oh yeah, cool. That makes sense.
So those who are like me and didn't remember off the top of their head, Port Town District is the Cloud City site that makes aliens deploy -1, right?
Deploy -1, and you force strain +1 there.
Okay.
And it's like a force strain -1 for them, and it's just like Drill's good game text.
Does all the good stuff.
Yeah.
You're also power +1, right?
That's a good include. I see nobody objecting to that, so I have Cloud City Port Town District on the list at number 4. So we go to Batmouse now for number 3.
Let's see if I can go 3 for 3 for putting cards on the list. It came up as in your trivia question. So I'm gonna go with Gaul for the ability to shoot someone and then make them just go away immediately. Like it is just amazing to have a sniper dark strike available to you everywhere along the board.
So you're telling me you have the gall to put Gaul on this list?
I do. It's quite galling,
Yeah, I'm gonna sense that.
and I'm gonna alter that.
Oh.
Right. I think we're
That was
screwed
very
there.
Yeah, see, this is why we have too many
I
alters.
guess Kendall has one alter left, does he not?
Yeah, I have an alter, but I can't do anything. I can't alter an
You
alter.
can't sense it. Yeah.
Oh, right. That's
Alter just stops the sense.
Yeah,
right. I know how Star Wars works.
yeah.
And so I still have a sense left, and I think that's and Jerry has an alter left, and I think
Yep,
that's the
so
end.
does
Of it,
Kendall.
And
right?
I have an alter left as well. So
So Gaul.
So my sense isn't
definitely
getting used,
too
I
many
get you.
alters. Too many alters. We're gonna have to mess with
We'll
that.
adjust that.
Yeah.
All right. So
Maybe
Gaul
the defensive shield could also interact with the sensitive alters.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
could grab it, yeah, and then make you pay +1.
Well, at some point, the defensive shield will be there is no try, right? And it'll mess something up somehow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If we can think of that.
You can pick a player to like not play senses or something. Who knows? We'll get better at this. Or y'all
All
will.
right. So I've got Gaul on the list at 3. So we've got
That's
2
right.
spots left.
3 for 3.
Nice job, Batmouse.
There's gonna be
2
3
spots left.
systems on this list.
Yeah.
Oh, well, listen, there's only 2 right now. Oh, there's 3. You're right. There's 3.
Yeah.
Okay. There's only 3 right now. There's still 2 spots.
There's
to go.
only 3 right now. Yeah, exactly. All right.
All right. Kendall, we're going to you for number 2.
So number 2. Okay. So what we don't have on this list yet is a sector. And there is a sector that not only has like awesome, like just like super flavorful. Also, the first time I ever played Star Wars cards, I was playing against somebody who didn't know how to play the game, and we just started with all the locations on table, and he started with about 40 of this location of this sector on the table.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
And also like completely like
Don't do it.
warped and like ruined the game in a way.
Don't do it, man.
I'm picking asteroid field, and I'm saying both light and dark. Not I could specify to light, but I think it's both sides. Asteroid field.
Oh man, I am.
You guys hit me up on Slack. You asked me to be on this show, and then you're just throwing out Gaul, and you're throwing out Carcoon pits, and you're throwing out asteroid fields, man.
I mean, I'm gonna use it here because it doesn't deserve to be that high on the list. I'm gonna use my sense, and you can burn your altar if you want to.
Oh yeah, alter. Yeah.
But
There's too many alters.
I have to make too many alters, but I have to make my objection known. I would prefer to keep Asteroid Sanctuary away from everything that I can, and then look for me to play Asteroid Sanctuary in San Diego.
Well, so Asteroid Sanctuary is a light side card, right? It's not. There's not a dark side equivalent, right?
But you get both sides of the mirror.
Right. Well, that's why I chose both sides, because I don't necessarily. I mean, I think it's more like the general flavor and the way that it, like when it's played fairly, like asteroids are super interesting. Not as, but I do think that that if you had
Fairly.
I mean, nobody has played a diamond site yet.
There's not a fair way to play asteroids, sir.
You should have saved the pit of Carcoon for this pick because it probably would have stuck.
Yeah.
But the asteroid field at number 2 on your premiere episode of your new show, I mean,
Asteroid fields
Provocative.
are awesome.
that's
It's
a bold
great-
strategy there,
It's
God.
from one of my
Gets the people
favorite
going.
sets. I think my 2 favorite sets are Dagobah and Jabba's Palace, and asteroids super relevant at that era of the game.
So what I'm hearing is I can't let Kendall have pick number 2 ever going forward again.
You got to keep him away from pick number 2 and number 1 because
Yeah,
number
yeah.
1 would have been Asteroid Field.
Yeah,
All right.
actually,
At least I won.
on my personal list, number 1 is Asteroid Field.
Wow. That's a
Okay.
choice.
That's something.
All right.
Um,
Let's go to number one.
so
And back to Jerry.
is everybody out of senses?
Everybody's
Everybody-
Yeah.
So this is
Only
sticking.
you
All
have
right.
you have an altar.
Good.
You're hanging out with an altar in hand.
Good. So it's man. I mean, technically the number one on my list, I should say here, but like the number two on my list could also kind of I'm gonna it's basically, should I be personal or should I be like overall? Like,
Well, for winning, you get to do whatever
I know,
you
and
want
so
to do, and you're the
and
guest
so
on this.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're the
episode, so-
guest. You're the guest.
I know.
So leave your mark.
and since it also it's the Naboo Theed Palace hallway.
Yeah.
Because I won the trivia on that question. I knew exactly which site it was. And also, it's no secret that WAP is, if not my favorite deck, it's definitely like number two, if not, it's probably my favorite deck of all time.
Jerry, I have a clarification for you.
Yes.
Is it the Naboo Theed Palace hallway dark
Light
side?
side from
And
virtual
then V or
Set.
non-V?
Virtual Theed Palace. The one that makes WAP work.
Yeah,
Okay.
it really
That's the
does.
one. That's the one. Because
I hate this list. It's fine.
without that card, you really can't play WAP. Like, even close to like a tier 2.5 level. So and then the other one I was thinking was the mirror of the Senate location, because
The Senate was on there for me.
because I love Senate, and Light Side Senate has been kind of shitty since the reset, but Dark Side Senate I always
I'd put Senate in over Gaul.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or-
but that's why it
or
was gone.
asteroid sector.
All right, so we have our list here. We've got number one. No, I'm looking at my own list. Number one, Naboo Theed Palace hallway virtual light side. Number two, asteroid field for both sides. Number three, Gaul. Number four, Cloud City Port Town District. Number five,
Dark side.
Tatooine Tashi Station. It's true. Number six, the Dark Side Endor Docking Bay. Number seven, Tabrin. And number eight, Light Side Raltier. So I'm going to go around. I'm going to give you each the chance to put one more thing in our honorable mentions here. Maybe it's something that you didn't get to play. I think maybe if something was sensed, it's probably not fair game here, because you did try to play that. So
Yeah, it's already
Let's
been
just-
mentioned.
we'll take one that wasn't mentioned yet previously.
Don't even get to honorably mention it. Insult to injury.
All right, Kendall, we'll start with you.
Okay. So I think everything on my list got mentioned except for that's actually kind of crazy because my list was everything on my list at least got mentioned. Senate wasn't proposed. Great Pit of Carcoon got sensed, except for Lars Moisture Farm. Dark Side was one that it was like kind of in the middle of the list for me. The adding one to, you can do stuff when you have weapons that are already +1, and then you're adding one to each of your weapon destinies and high destinies and stuff. Shenanigans. It's a neat little site. Plus the image is cool.
Image is really good on that card for sure.
Exploded.
Yeah, what other
little set.
cards have skeletons on them?
It's really crispy, is what it is. Perfect,
Batmouse?
perfectly seasoned. So we mentioned it as not being a correct answer for one of the questions, but the prefect's office, the Diamond prefect's spaceport prefect's office, being able to universally just +1 your guys is kind of rough. I like that. I like that. It is as a way to punish people for letting me live. So yeah, the spaceport prefect's office.
All right, Jerry.
So I kind of talked trash on the other systems that ended up making it on the list. So the one that I would have put forward is Aquarius Light Side. It was mentioned in some way, shape, or form.
That's
with the parsecs or whatever. But
because that's the +3 activation one, right?
Yeah, you plop
Yeah.
in it's Taoshi Station in space. And And
Which means
so,
it's a
But
trap.
that one works. But that one works.
but that one works, right? Exactly. It's even better, hidden base, or some sort of
Y40.
EBOs or Y40, really good card, just good game text, pop a ship there, activate for or whatever it is. So that's the only system that was on my list, and it wasn't mentioned or brought up for contention. So that would be the one I would honorably mention here.
All
All
right.
right.
So
That's
Taco
valid.
Bill, what's the correct list?
Well, so before I give you the correct list, which is not correct at all, I will say I did try to award points during the discussion just for good points or for being funny and stuff. So I will award today's winner as being for points from discussion and for trivia points. Today's winner is our guest. It's Jerry Hine.
Woo! All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, I'll give you my list now too. So number 1, I did have the Coruscant Galactic Senate for both sides. We talked about it a little bit. Plus, the dark side one is the underlying card it's the best underlying card in the game. So.
Oh yeah.
Number 2, I have the Cloud City Port Town District, which we also had on our list at number 4. Number 3, I had the Dark Side Tatooine Judlin Waste for most of the reasons that Kendall said, the moisture farm. Number 4, I have the Spaceport Street, specifically the Dark Side one, because the move phase is the Friday phase of Star Wars CCG, and moving for free is great. Number 5, I have Aquarius, which we just talked about. Number 6, I have the Blockade Flagship Hallway, which I'm a little sad didn't get mentioned at all.
That was on my list. Yeah, it was low, but it was
great
on
card.
there.
So when I asked my team what I should consider for the top 8 on this, or what Jar Jar Drinks said, 7 diamond sites and the flagship hallway.
So my 7 and 8 are kind of historical. They're not really kind of part of the game today. But for 7, I have the Darkside Hoth Echo Command Center War Room. Obviously,
nice.
Responsibility Command is shielded now, but that was always a big part of the game.
I've always
And
liked
then
that
number
image
8
too.
Yeah, that's a good image.
Yeah.
Number 8, I have the Lightside Diamond Forest, which was a staple in Hidden Base with EPPs and stuff.
HP hand, just toss it down.
And then my honorable mention, I am simpatico with Batmouse here. It's Tabrin.
All right. Well,
all right.
Nice. Let's go.
yeah, the
Smart call.
Diamond Forest also was in contention for me, because I was trying to think like what is, obviously like I, if you want representation from a diamond site, that would be all the spaceport ones just I associate with ROPS, so I don't want to include on the list.
Yeah, it'd either be the spaceport docking bay or the street would be the two.
Hmm.
Prefect's office is good too, but
Yeah, I was gonna. I was considering grabbing the spaceport docking bay, if not for somebody pointing out to me that Tashi Station was a trap. If I'd have gotten that, apparently next time I got to consider what happens if I don't win trivia, because that probably will happen more often than not.
I kind of want to keep a running tally of how many times I lose trivia to how many times you lose trivia, and see which one of it is much
I'll
worse
keep track
with
of
the
that.
game. Oh yeah, please do.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Thank you, Jerry, for coming on.
thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
First episode. I'm glad that it seems like we got through it without too many rules questions or anything. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, we'll have to figure out balancing too many alters or something. But
Yeah, I don't think I don't think any of the rules lawyers were actually in here.
Where's Gurgal?
Maybe 2 senses in 1 alter. Try that next time.
Yeah,
Or
we can try that.
maybe you can't alter. No, or maybe you can only alter your own things. I don't know. We'll think about it. Anyway,
Yep.
Until
Multiplayer
next
Star
time.
Wars.
Thanks everyone for listening. May the force be with you. Good luck. Have fun. No reverts. This podcast is a production of the KendallCast Podcast Network. If you'd like to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/KendallCast or make a direct donation through the PayPal link at kendallcast.ninja. Thanks for listening.